one of the joys that I've experienced as Mary drugged me up here. How many years ago? We were 13, was it? A long time ago, many years ago. Was that I've gotten to know many of you in the brief times that I've been up here. But there's one very special person that I've grown to love over the years. He's retired many times. He's flunked retirement the same way I have. But we went ahead and used our friendship to ask him to come out of retirement one more time. And so we're delighted to share with you one of our favorite people, Grandpa Asa.
Hear this? Okay. Well, Mary contacted me and asked me if Asa could come out of retirement. In the past, I tried to retire him at least 3 times, didn't work out. And so I checked with Asa, and he said, well, God, I can't turn her down. So he decided to come out of retirement. Quite a few stories attributed to Asa. He used to live right where, at the corner of his yard, where he had a garden. He was out working the garden one day, and the road split, went 2 ways. And a car drove up while he was out there working. And fellow got out, and he saw there was one of the Vermont plate was, well, we called them summer folks in the old days. He got out and he asked Asa, said, does it make any difference which one of these roads I take to get over to Barton Fair? Well, Asa kind of cleared his throat. Said, not to me it don't. He also had a job at the fairgrounds, the upkeep of the buildings. And back in '38, the hurricane came through, took one of the roofs right off one of the buildings and sent it about 10 rod out in the back field. Well, he had to do something about it, so he called an insurance man to come out and take a look at it. They were looking around. The insurance fellow told him, said, I see you lost that roof off that barn over there. Graham said, no, it ain't lost, it just ain't where I want it. Now, Asa was driving on his 50 with his wife in a pickup truck, and they were riding along. And he just driving straight now. She said to him, said, Asa, you remember when we used to date? We used to snuggle up and all this when we were out driving? Yeah. So how come we don't do anything? He said, I haven't moved none. Neighbor used to fight a lot with his Asa used to fight a lot with his neighbor. And oh God, they had a fence up against each other on the line and everything, and they just couldn't get along. They really hated each other. So finally the neighbor passed away. And the day that the funeral came along, Asa was walking down the road, because he was walking away from the church. He met some people going to the church, and one of them asked him, aren't you going to your neighbor's funeral? He said, no, I'm not. He paused a minute and said, but I'm mildly in favor of it. One time Asa went down to see his friend at the blacksmith shop. And he walked in the shop and he noticed this huge horseshoe sitting on the anvil. And he reached over to pick it up. Now I mean to tell you, that thing was hot. He dropped it real quick. The blacksmith said to him, said, hey sir, it's kind of hot, isn't it? Said, no, just doesn't take me long to look at horseshoe. Later one time getting back to the Barton Fair, this fellow from World War I was a pilot. He was a fighter pilot. He used to bring a plane to the fair and take people up for rides in the old plane. Ace decided he'd like to try this out. So he walked up to the pilot and said, "How about taking me and the missus up?" The pilot said, "Yeah." He said, "That'll be $5 a piece." Well, Asa said, "Well, you know, Asa, he'd squeeze a nickel until the buffalo was blue in the face." So he said, "Well, since you're going up anyway with me, why can't the missus go up for free?" And he kept pestering me, pestering me. And the pilot finally said, "Look, mister," said, "I'll take you both up. And I'm going to do some tricks. And if you yell out, I'm going to have to charge you both. But if you manage to keep quiet and not yell out, so I'll give you both free ride." So he went up and did all the loops and the barrel rolls, everything he could think of to get Asa to yell out. He never did. Got back down on the ground, pilot went up to Asa and said, "Golly, I got to hand it to you, you got a free ride here." Said, "You never opened your mouth once." And of course Asa, he stuck his chest out in all of his pride and said, "Nope." Paused for a minute, said, "Pretty near did though when the missus fell out."